Hello students, we are continuing with chapter 5 periodic classification of elements. Till now we have seen that there were many attempts to classify the elements. The first one was Dauvergne law of triads which failed. Then came Newland's law of octaves that also had so many drawbacks, and therefore came the new law, Mendeleev's periodic law. After the failure of Newland's law of octaves came Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev was a Russian scientist and he was most important contributor to the early development of periodic table, where he has used atomic mass of the elements as the fundamental property. And along with the atomic mass, he used chemical properties of the element also. And using atomic mass and chemical properties, he created a new periodic table. When he gave his periodic table, there were overall 63 elements known by that time. He arranged all these 63 elements using the new Mendeleev's periodic law. The new law means Newland's law was the old one and the law given by Mendeleev was the new one. Now what did he say? He said the properties of elements, they are periodic function of atomic mass. Periodic function means the repetition of the properties. That is, all the properties, they are indirectly dependent on atomic mass. Now before we study Mendeleev's periodic table, we must know how he made this periodic table. He has used atomic mass as one of the fundamental property, and secondly, he used chemical properties. Chemical properties means he discussed or he has taken in consideration the oxides and the hydrides of various elements. He has studied oxides of hydrides of maximum elements existed during that time. How he has made his table? He took one card and on this card he wrote the name of the element and the atomic mass. On this card he wrote the properties of oxides and hydrides of that element. Then he took another card. On that also he wrote the name of the element and wrote the atomic number, noted his oxides and hydrides properties. Then he took the next element, wrote the name of the element, atomic mass, and noted down the properties of oxides and hydrides. Like this, he noted on all the elements their oxides and hydrides property. He wrote their names as well as he wrote the atomic mass of all these elements. Now these cards were ready with him, which had name, atomic mass and the properties of oxides and hydrides. Now the next thing he did is that he arranged all these elements in increasing atomic mass. For example, first of all lithium, then beryllium, then boron, carbon, then nitrogen, oxygen and fluorine. So one table was ready with him, and that is what we call as Mendeleev's periodic table. This he has done for all the elements and arranged them in a tabular form. So this is how Mendeleev arranged all the elements in a particular form, and that is what we call as Mendeleev's periodic table. First of all, let us understand the composition of Mendeleev's periodic table. Mendeleev's periodic table had group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now each group was divided into subgroups A and B. Okay, the groups are which runs from top to bottom. And there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 periods. The periods run horizontally. 8th period was the long period. This is the 8th period. Okay. Now you can see he has considered the properties of oxides and hydrides of various elements. For each element he has done that. So all the elements are arranged in 8 groups. Among these 8 groups, group number 1 to 7 are arranged in subgroups 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, so on. And these are arranged in 6 periods 1, 2, 3 period, they are simple. There is no subdivision in that. But period number 4, 5 and 6, there are two series, first series, second series. First and second series. Okay, you can see here lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, the one which I have already shown you in the form of cards. All these slots had either one or two elements in that, except 8th group. 8th group had 3 slots in one, 3 elements in one slot. So Mendeleev arranged all the elements according to increasing atomic mass. He arranged all these elements in 8th group. Group number 1 to 7, they were subdivided into another group. We call them as subgroup A and B. Group 8, they had 3 elements in one slot. There are total 6 periods. There is no division in first, second and third, whereas period number 4 to 6, it is divided into sub-series, first series and second series. Mendeleev's periodic table was the most successful periodic table of his time. There were many reasons for it. The very first was systematic classification. As you can see, all the elements were studied in detail. Their chemical properties, their oxides and hydrides were considered, and all the elements were arranged in proper sequence. For example, this table was considered to be a perfect one, like the formulas of oxides and hydrides were also given. If I want to find the formula of oxide of carbon, so what is the formula? RO2. That means the formula of oxide of carbon will be CO2. If I want to find out the formula of oxide of hydrogen, what will be the formula? R2O. That means H2O. R will represent any element over here. So what we have seen? The oxide of hydrogen is H2O. The oxide of carbon is CO2. Similarly, suppose I want to find the oxide of, let's say, aluminium. The formula is R2O3. So the oxide of aluminium is L2O3. I want to know the formula of hydride of sodium, RH. So instead of R, I will put sodium. So it is NaH. Like this, we can find the oxides of and hydrides of any element placed in this table using the formula. As well as we can calculate it in a reverse way. If I know the formula of oxide and hydride, I can calculate the group number. For example, the oxide of beryllium, its formula is beryllium oxide BeO. Now this symbolizes to RO, which is placed in group 2. So this was a very systematic one. We can find or we can know the formulas of oxides and hydrides, as well as we can calculate the group number. The second merit of Mendeleev's table is that he corrected the atomic weight of many elements. So correction of atomic weight. This was the important feature for his table. Like initially, the atomic weight of beryllium was calculated as 13.9, which we can round up to 14. But 14 was the atomic weight of nitrogen. So we cannot place two elements in one slot. So he thought there might be mistake in calculation of atomic weight. So he corrected the atomic weight of beryllium to 9.01. The biggest merit of Mendeleev's periodic table was prediction of new element. This was his biggest achievement, and therefore I will consider this point as very important one. He said that although 63 elements exist today in nature, but it is not necessary that in future also there will be 63 elements. There can be more than that. He not only predicted that there will be new elements, but he also calculated, or he also has done research on their properties, and he left the empty spaces for these elements in his periodic table. He predicted that at this place there might be some new element. He named as Eka boron, Eka aluminium and Eka silicon. Later on, these were found to be correct one, and these elements were found to be scandium, which was termed as Eka boron, then gallium, which was termed as Eka aluminium, and germanium, which was termed as Eka silicon. So this was the biggest achievement of Mendeleev's periodic table. Although noble gases were not discovered when Mendeleev gave his periodic law, but still Mendeleev's periodic table was made such that these noble gases can be placed easily in the Mendeleev's table by putting zero group. So noble gases, they can be placed as a separate group 0. 0 indicates the zero valency of noble gases. As you people can see here, that this whole periodic table, without disturbing this periodic table, noble gases can be arranged here as a separate group 0. Although there were very strong points in the favor of Mendeleev's periodic table, the limitations of this table were also equally strong. The very first one was the position of hydrogen. Now hydrogen is an element with valency 1. So it can be placed with alkali metals as well as it can be placed with halogens. Hydrogen, he has valency 1. It can be placed with lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, which are alkali metals. They also have valency 1, as well as hydrogen can be placed along with fluorine, chlorine, bromine and iodine. These are halogens. They also have valency 1. But Mendeleev have given a fixed position to hydrogen along with alkali metals, which was a little bit controversial one. The second limitation was anomalous pair of elements. Now what do you mean by anomalous pair of elements? When we say all the elements are arranged in increasing atomic mass, that has to be followed for all the elements. But there were certain pairs where the element with higher atomic mass was placed first and that with lower atomic mass was placed afterwards. And in fact, it should be a reverse one. For example, cobalt has atomic mass 58.93 and nickel has atomic mass 58.71. So actually speaking, the nickel should be placed at the place of cobalt and the cobalt should be placed afterwards, as it will follow the proper pattern increasing atomic mass. So this was then not according to the periodic law which he has stated. The next limitation was he placed dissimilar elements in the same group and similar elements in different group. Classification says all the elements with similar properties must be placed in the same group and the elements with different properties should be placed in different group. This law was violated in Mendeleev's table. Like we can see in group 1, lithium, sodium, potassium, copper, rubidium, silver, cesium and gold, all these were placed together. Lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium and cesium, they are very active metals, they are alkali metals, whereas copper, silver and gold, these are non-reactive metals, they are transition elements, but they were placed along with very reactive metals. So here is a group of completely different properties elements, the one with very high reactive, the one with less reactivity, and these dissimilar elements were placed in the same group. Since this periodic table was based on atomic mass, there was no place for isotope. Why? Because isotopes are the elements which have same atomic number but different mass number. For example, there are two isotopes of oxygen, oxygen 16 and oxygen 18. 16 has already given place over here, but there was no place for oxygen with atomic number 618, which is an isotope of oxygen. So he was not able to identify these isotopes and he was not able to assign a proper place for isotope. And lastly, although he has explained about the periodicity, but he could not explain the cause of periodicity. That means what is the reason behind the repetition in properties? Why the elements show this type of behavior? This reason Mendeleev was not able to give. And therefore, although Mendeleev's periodic table, although it was a very strong periodic table, very strong classification, ultimately it also failed. And again, scientists were on the same point that they required a new periodic table. So nowadays we are studying modern periodic table, which is given by Henry Moseley, about which we'll be discussing in our next video. So in our next video, we'll be discussing modern periodic table, how it was framed, what is its composition, how the limitations of Mendeleev's table was covered in that, and all other details related to modern periodic table. That's all for the day. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.